We have the reason why Kevin Owens re-signed with WWE. Plus, the mother of Hana Kimura is suing Fuji Television. Plus, which NXT 2.0 star wants a match with Brock Lesnar? It's all in the wrestling news right now. Kevin Owens re-signing with WWE caught a lot of people off guard. Admittedly, I was one of those that thought maybe when the time came to the end of his deal, he would be away. But no, he is re-signed with WWE. He was having a chat with Pat LaPrade and it's my favourite name for a podcast, Les Antipodes de la Lutte.
Oh my, you're such a you love the French. You love the French language. That was perfect.
Merci.
Merci.
And Kevin Owens in French talked about his new contract with WWE, and he says that he's going to be there for several years now. He says the decision was pretty easy because it was the best thing for my family. When it comes to that, it's always an easy decision to take. WWE has been my home for 7 years now, so I have a sense of belonging. Basically, I spent the majority of my career here. When you look at all the wrestling companies I've wrestled for in WWE, that's where I've been the longest. That's where I need to be for the next few years, and that's how I felt, and that's the decision I made. Pat LaPrade said in his blog, reading between the lines, Kevin Owens made this decision as it was best for his family, suggesting that maybe the financial aspect was the appealing part. And the number 2 to 3 million has been thrown around when it comes to Kevin Owens' deal. And I think that if you're settled somewhere, Andrew, that's a difficult offer to turn down, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And, I think for a lot of wrestlers that have been doing it for a long time, I think family, after a little while, these wrestlers feel like they've kind of made themselves. They know who they are now as a wrestler. They've got not much more to prove. I think doing the best thing for your family then takes priority over a lot of other things. So I think that's absolutely fair. That's a fair thing to do on Kevin Owens' behalf. And again, as we were saying yesterday, as long as he's happy and as long as he's keeping his family happy and financially stable, like, all the more power to Kevin Owens for doing that. But at the same time, hopefully we do see him do some more stuff.
I really want this
WWE.
to be a turning point for Kevin Owens, and we see him really making some big moves in 2022. I mean, the guy's done everything there is to do, but that's not to say that he can't do it again with gusto. I'm predicting in the next 12 months we'll see Kevin Owens as WWE champion. I said that yesterday, and I say it again today.
Well, again, let's put another pin in there. That's 2 pins in there now.
There's a lot of pins on this board all of a sudden. Anybody you'd like to see Big Kev work with in 2022?
I know we've seen it a lot. I really want to see him and Sammy do something again, like big time. Just because I know we've seen it multiple times, but whatever they do is always fantastic to see. And I think there's more that they can give. Especially, I think Sammy's having a lot of fun at the moment on SmackDown, doing the more comedic stuff and the whole conspiracy stuff. I think he's having a lot of fun with that. But I would like to see both of them go at it again. Maybe even them getting together and doing more comedic stuff together on WWE TV, but still maintaining that ferocity between the two. I would like to see that, and then maybe like a blow off at the end or something. Kevin Owens versus, I don't know, some of these new guys on NXT. Kevin Owens versus Bron Breakker, something like that. Like, I wouldn't mind to see that either.
I like that. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of an Owens Brock Lesnar thing at some point. There's something meaty to that as well. I think there's still lots of options for things that Kevin Owens can do in WWE, and I wish him, and we all do, wish him all the best of luck with all of them, obviously. We're gonna now. There's a little bit of a content warning for stuff we're going to talk about here, as it pertains to Hana Kimura. So Hana Kimura, back on the 23rd of May last year, the news broke that Hana Kimura had taken her own life. This comes after a barrage of cyberbullying and hate messages that were fueled by her appearance on the TV show on Fuji TV, Terrace House. And it's been revealed over the last couple of hours that Hana Kimura's mother will, along with legal representation, be filing a lawsuit against Fuji TV and against the production house behind Terrace House. Now, the suit is to investigate the way that Fuji TV and Terrace House was put together. They are looking to see whether both companies are accountable for a number of things, including editing the show to put certain people, including Hana Kimura, in a more demeaning light, and also calling them to task on the fact that after Hana Kimura had discussed self-harm from the show, they continued to broadcast the show. I think the whole thing is heartbreaking to talk about again, but I wonder, Andrew, whether this might be a turning point, because this isn't just an issue that is isolated with Terrace House, this particular show. I think that reality TV shows for stuff like this has a lot to answer for.
Oh, absolutely. It's the way reality TV is edited can be harmful in so many ways, and part of it shouldn't even be called reality TV because it's not. It's edited in such a way to make drama, and it can be a very, very dangerous thing when something like that happens and it's edited in a certain way to make a certain person look like the villain compared to someone else. And unfortunately, in this day and age of the internet and everybody having a voice on certain things, that can lead to people really being passionate about something and just going to attack a person for no apparent reason, through no fault of their own, literally through the fault of editing. And it was such a tragic thing to see Hana Kimura pass. And I think something definitely needs to change, because it happens amongst all these reality TV shows, whether it's like a Drag Race or a Jersey Shore or whatever it is. You always see something that perhaps doesn't paint someone in a particularly good light when they don't necessarily deserve to be painted in that light. So yeah, I really do hope that this is a turning point, as you say.
This is one we'll keep an eye on. Hana Kimura's mother and her legal team suing Fuji TV and the production team behind Terrace House. That was announced yesterday. In the last few hours, that's been announced. Moving back to WWE, some trademark news. We always like a bit of trademark news. It's the best kind of news. It's the trademark news. And WWE have been coming up with more magical, mystical, wonderful, wonderful names. What do you make of these? Okay, here's a game for you, Andrew. Here's a game for you. I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names. One of them I've made up completely.
Oh wow.
The others are WWE trademarkable names. Okay. Nikita Lyons.
That sounds about real.
Raylan Divine.
That doesn't sound about real, but could sound real for WWE. I'm going to say yes for that one.
Jason Fallback.
Yeah.
Bryson Montana.
No.
Jakara Jackson.
Oh no, I've gone back now. That could have been the fake one. That one's the fake one.
Javier Bernal.
That one's real.
The fallback one was the one I'd made up.
That's insane. That sounds like the most realistic one out of all of them.
Yeah, I know. This is the beauty of the WWE name generator. Trademarks for these names: Bryson Montana, Nikita Lyons, Jakara Jackson, Javier Bernal, and Raylan Divine. So we can tell you that Nikita Lyons is a name being assigned to Faith Jeffries. Faithy J from WoW is playing that one. A few guys of the college football persuasion will be taking some of the others. Javier Bernal being played by Randy. I'm going to attempt to pronounce the surname. I'm so sorry, Randy. I'm sorry, I love you. Randy Beidelshees. Randy Beidelshees. Right. Apologies. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you will. Bryson Montana is going to be played by Jacoby Brooks, who's a college football star. And this is cool. Raylan Divine being played by Jalen Williams, who is the younger sister of Mace from SmackDown.
That is really cool. Do we think we'll ever see them team together? Brother and sister combo wombo.
Oh, Mace and
Space.
Ms. Mace. Mace and Space.
Mace and Space.
Mace
there you go.
and book it, Vince, you absolute coward. Mace and Space for the next Mix Max Classic on, I don't know, not Facebook Watch anymore, TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. YouTube Short.
Do it on YouTube Shorts, you coward. Fine, Alamont. Andrew, which NXT 2.0 star wants a piece of the beast?
It is only Bron Breakker, Tom. So Bron Breakker was a guest on WWE's L Brunch, which is on WWD. I can't say these things that fast anymore. WWE Espanol. And
El Brunch, do you know what that translates as into English?
The Brunch.
The Brunch.
The Brunch. You're fantastic on WWE's behalf there. They really put a lot of effort into that name. But yeah, he talked about his first ever meeting with Brock Lesnar. He says, I met him in 2017. I went backstage to a Raw when I was in college and I met him there. But as a performer, I haven't run into him. Yeah, I'd love to work with Brock. Brock would force me to elevate and bring my game up, and I think it would be a war. And you know what? Elevate Bron Breakker's game up. He's already starting to get up there, let me tell you. So this would be a big beefy boy battle if we've ever seen big beefy boy battles. And can you imagine the pop when Bron Breakker deadlifts Brock Lesnar straight above his head, pulls one arm away, and he's got him just straight up slam, boom. Oh my goodness
just
gracious!
Spins him around on his little finger like he's a basketball.
And do you know what? I think WWE could possibly go down this route at some point because they are really, really invested in Bron Breakker at the moment. He's a name that keeps popping up everywhere, and I don't think this is out of the realm of possibility.
Oh, he's gonna be a world ender, is Bron Breakker, without a doubt. If you don't believe that, then to quote the great Mongo McMichael, you've got a head full of rocks. I think he's gonna be the guy. You watch him become the guy. More news as we get it throughout the day at cultaholic.com and here on the YouTube channel. Keys.
Love you, bye.